All right, we're doing question number 2 on the challenge number 1, mastery concept for comparative advantage. So here we have our various parameters here, and the question is the nations Quirk and Turk can produce aluminum and oil in the following maximum capacities, right? If they fully devote all of their resources to it. In other words, these are our two extremes. Which of the following terms of trade is most likely to produce mutually beneficial exchange? I'm trying to find terms of trade. We know in order to find terms of trade, we have to first find our comparative advantages. We have to find our opportunity costs, right? Because it's going to be between our opportunity costs. I'm never going to agree to an exchange if I can produce it myself and lose fewer of the other item, or if I can produce it myself for a lower cost than it would cost me in a trade. Okay, so I went ahead and took this chart here and put it down here so I have a little bit more room to work with. So I've got Quirk, Turk, aluminum, oil, and then my extremes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start figuring these out. So my first is going to be 1 aluminum equals, and then this is output. It tells me up here it's output. So I'm going to take other, so 40 over, output other over, 40 over 20, or 2 oil. 1 auto is going to equal 2 oil. And then over here, I'm going to do 1 oil equals, and then other 20 over 40, or 1/2 of an aluminum. There we go. 1 oil equals 1/2 of an aluminum, and you can notice that 1 aluminum equals 2 oil. The other opportunity cost is the reciprocal of that. 1 oil is going to equal 1/2 of an auto. All right, jump down here. We have one aluminum. And in order to produce 1 aluminum, how many oils do you have to give up? Well, it's output. So I do other 90 over 30. So 90 over 30, or 3 oil. And then over here, 1 oil is going to equal, sorry, that's hard to write as 0. 1 oil is going to equal, it's actually 1/3 aluminum. And again, it's just the reciprocal of that other one, or you can do other 30 over 90, which will simplify to 1/3. Okay, now, bonus round, I didn't have to do this, but who should specialize in what? Well, we know that you should specialize in your comparative advantage, or where you have a lower opportunity cost. So Quirk should specialize in aluminum because they can get aluminum for only 2 oil, when it costs Turk 3 oil, right? And we can come over here and see that Turk should specialize in producing oil because they can produce oil for only 1/3 of an aluminum. Now the question isn't either of those things. It's asking which of these, so we've got a list here, it's multiple choice, is actually mutually beneficial exchange. But it needs to fall between my parameters. My parameters are right here. It has to be either between 1 aluminum for 2 oil or 3 oil, or between 1 oil for somewhere between 1/2 and 1/3 of an aluminum. Okay, so those are my 2 parameters. They're the same thing, they're just flipped. Right? So now I look here and ask, would this exchange be agreeable? So the first one, 0.5 units for 1 unit of aluminum. So I go to 1 aluminum, but I do 0.5 oil. No, that's not between 2 and 3 oil, so that's a no. Okay, I go to the second one, 0.5 for 2 units of aluminum. That's even worse than before, right? So the answer is no, I'm not going to do that. Come down here, 1 unit of oil for 0.4 of aluminum. Is 0.4 between 0.3 and 0.5? Yes, it is, right? 1 oil between 1/2 and 1/3. And so that is going to be your correct answer because it falls within these terms of trade. Right there, our TOTS. Okay, and just for good measure, 1 unit of oil for 4 units of aluminum. 1 unit of oil, it has to be between 1/3 and 1/2 aluminum. That is way too much, and so that's not correct either. So the only possible option we have is C. I hope that made some sense to you and was helpful. All right, good luck.